So the film starts with Evelyn and her family who had just moved to a new town. Evelyn was a carpenter and was very fond of going out of the house. Her husband had got a job as a supervisor at a construction site. Everything was fine, only their son Cain was not able to adjust. No one liked him in school either. And one day when the boys bullied him, he fought with all the boys, and due to this act of Cain, he was suspended from school for the next 3 days. Wright was very upset because of Cain. On top of that, when he came home, he saw that his wife Evelyn had called a man named Uriah, who was his friend. Uriah could not speak, but he worked as a spirit medium. That is, he could talk to souls and other such invisible creatures. Evelyn, who believed in these things, wanted to know through Uriah whether her soul was free or not. But Red was fed up with this. He gets very angry at Evelyn and Evelyn is forced to send Uriah away. Anyway, after some time we see that Red and Evelyn sit next to Cain to talk to him and ask him what is the matter with you. Then Cain tells that all the kids bully me and they don't find me cute. Cain was naughty and as a punishment they stop Cain's video games etc. But because they also realize that Cain is also traveling in all this and it is not his fault, they plan a trip the next day to improve his mood. Cain got so excited that he woke up before Evelyn and Red woke up in the morning. And he himself went and woke up his mom and dad. These people prepared for the picnic. And they reached the forest. Here Cain was playing with things. So Evelyn and Red were talking to each other. Evelyn says that I am not feeling right about anything. I don't think Cain will be able to adjust. So Red tells him to keep up his courage. Time will pass and slowly things will start becoming normal. Here, Red also gives a surprise to Evelyn. He knew how much Evelyn was fond of crafting. She was a carpenter, so she had arranged for an online store where Evelyn could sell the things she made. And knowing this, Evelyn is very happy. These people get so lost in talking that they do not even know where their son Cain is. After a long time, when they realize this thing, they start looking for their son in forest and they see their son standing in front of a strange door in the forest. This door was strange for them too, because they had never seen such a door before. There was no house or room on the other side of this door, and this door was also tied with a chain. On seeing it, it looked very old and was made of very thick wood. Red ignores it. But Evelyn says to Red that we need a door in the house and its condition is still very good. I can repair it and use it in my house. That is why, on Evelyn's request, Red puts it in the car and brings this door home. For the next 3 days, Evelyn works day and night to repair this door and make it look like new. She removed the old hooks and clips of the door and installed new ones there. After repairing the door properly, she painted it and made it look like new. Now since there was no door in one of their rooms, Redu repelling together and put this door outside that room. Well, the next day comes and strange things start happening with them, from which we get a clear idea that that door is not an ordinary door. But Evelyn and Radis do not pay attention. On the very first day, when Evelyn opens the door of that room to take something from that room, she gets a very dirty smell from inside this door. But then she ignores it, thinking that maybe someone has left their dirty shoes there. The day passes like this, and the next day when Evelyn comes out after grocery shopping, she takes out the keys from her pocket. Along with the keys, a lot of worms also come on her hand. She was shocked to see this. It was not normal at all to have such strange insects in her pocket. She quickly takes off her jacket and looks inside it to see where the worms came from. But her jacket was completely clean. She also discusses this with Red at night. Red says, "Don't think so much. Who knows, your son is pranking you and he has put these worms in your pocket along with your keys." Red says, "You go to sleep tension-free. I will talk to Cain." Evelyn also goes to sleep, clearing her mind, and at midnight when she was going to the kitchen for water, she sees a scary shadow on the way, due to which she screams in fear and turns on the light. Then she sees that it was her son Cain. She asked in fear, "Why are you still leaving?" So Cain said, "I was scared. I am getting very scary dreams, as if some monster is chasing me." So Evelyn and Red go to his room and explain to him, "Look son, nothing like a monster exists in this world. It exists only in books." After encouraging Cain for a long time, when Evelyn starts leaving his room, we see a black hand coming out from inside the same red door behind her, which Evelyn does not notice. As soon as morning comes, their house is knocked and Evelyn sees that Uriah had come to their house, who was very scared because he could not speak. That is why he tries to explain to Evelyn through gestures that his house has become very dangerous. He felt that some very dangerous spirits have entered the house and that the house is no longer pure. He says that either some ritual has been performed here or something from another dimension has really come here. They now Start performing a ritual to drive the thing away from here, and Evelyn also agrees. Uriah makes a circle of salt around the house and turns on a lot of candles and questions Evelyn about the newly installed door. So Evelyn tells him that these people had brought it from the forest. He understood that the problem is with this. When he takes holy water and pours it on that door, the lights flicker and go off. And with this sign, these people understand that whatever is wrong is because of this door. Uriah asks them to quickly remove this door from their house. When Brad comes home at night, Evelyn tells Red everything. Brad says, "I don't believe in these things, but if you say so, I will remove this door." The next day we see that Red goes to the nearby library and asks if there were any such stories about someone disappearing or a monster coming to this area, or any story about the forest, or any story about a strange door. The librarian tells her that there is nothing like that. But yes, there are stories about a well in the forest. That it is cursed, that is, cursed, and yes, 20 years ago. Many children disappeared from this town in a very strange way, and nothing has been found out till date. Evelyn is also very surprised to read these news and comes home with the prints of those old newspapers. She tried to tell all these things to Red at night, but Red ignored all these things and told her that you have started believing ghost stories too much and are also living with Uriah. That is why all this has been fixed in your mind. Anne also listened to him and went to sleep, and when they woke up in the morning, they were shocked and worried. The door which they had painted just a few days ago, the entire paint of that door had come off like this crust and fell down. It was almost impossible for this to happen, and that door had come back to its old condition. Evelyn says that maybe I have brought paint of wrong quality or expired paint. This is the reason why this happened. Anyway, after dropping Kane to school, Brad goes to his work and Evelyn gets busy with household chores. The time when we actually see the presence of someone in their house. It was a girl who looked exactly like a ghost. She roams around the whole house and Evelyn is unable to recognize her. And finally goes back inside that door. Evelyn had heard the sound of the door closing. But by the time Evelyn came in front of that door, there was no one there. In the meantime, Evelyn again gets a SMS from Kane's school. When Evelyn goes there, she finds out that Kane has been suspended from school again. For 3 days, he had beaten the children again and in a very bad way. She understood that something is very wrong with Kane. It comes to her mind. Whether whatever is happening with Kane, he did not leave through that door. But then she remembers the words of Red, who had asked Evelyn to remove these ghostly things from her mind. That is why Evelyn also did not think much about this thing. After coming home, she again talked to Red that Kane is not coming to reform. They decide to teach discipline to Kane, and take Kane to the site for a few days. Now we see that Abilene receives some old newspapers from the library. There was also news of the disappearance of a girl whose mother still lived in this town. Hearing this news, she decides that she will investigate from the girl's mom what happened to her daughter. Without wasting time, they go to the house of the mother of that girl named Maggie. That woman was very scared. She opened the door a little for Efin. Efin told her that I have come after hearing the old news about Maggie. She became even more scared after hearing Maggie's name. Gavin told her that I had also found a very door in the forest. I have to investigate about it. Hearing this, that woman becomes furious. Well, now since Evelyn did not know anything, that is why that old woman called Evelyn inside and told her that 20 years ago, my daughter used to go that empty house every day. Although I used to stop her a lot, and one day, like many other children, I could not find my daughter. She feels that Maggie must have gone to that house because she was last seen there. Knowing this, Maggie's mom understood that this house is cursed. That means there is some curse inside this house. That is why she burns that house. But the surprising thing was that despite the whole house burning, that door did not burn. Seeing this, she understood that this is definitely the door of some other dimension or hell, where the souls of innocent children go. That is why she tied that door with chains and left it in the middle of the forest so that no child could become its victim. From that day onwards, children started disappearing less. But now, because Evelyn had brought that door back to her house in this city, it meant that history would now repeat itself. Evelyn heard this and immediately got a SMS from her husband Red, who told her that he had left the gun at home. Hearing this, she panicked and immediately ran towards the house because she knew that now her son is in danger because of her hanging. And when she reached home, what she had feared had happened. She could not find Kane anywhere. She immediately gave this news to Red, and now both of them together started searching for their son. After searching all over the city, when they did not find any trace of their son, Red also reported to the police. Here investigations started happening everywhere. And we saw Kane's car coming out from inside that door, which clearly meant that Kane was inside that door. Red was with the police to find Kane, but Evelyn understood that neither anyone had kidnapped him, nor he was lost. He is definitely behind that door because Kane had told His mother many times before that strange monsters scare him in his dreams. Avayan was regretting why she could not understand her son, why she could not feel his fear. And today his fear consumed her. She knew that the police cannot do anything here, and the one who can help them was none other than Uriah. That is why she calls Uriah to her house. As soon as Uriah comes home, Evelyn tells him everything about how Cain was having dreams of monsters for the last few days. Evelyn also started feeling scared in this house, and she also tells Uriah the whole story of that door, which she came to know from Maggie's mother and through newspapers. After listening to their conversation, Uriah confirms that that door is not a simple door, but it is a portal to another world, and there is definitely a secret of some demon behind that world. Uriah thought that if someone can go inside it, then there must be some possible way to come back from there. He tells both of them that first of all, we have to keep store at the same place from where these people found it, so that by going there, they can contact the world behind this door, i.e. the spiritual world, through their ritual. Red and Alan follow his advice and take down this door and keep it at the same place from where they found it. While lighting some candles, these people also prepare for a ritual. Uriah now starts his ritual, making some symbols here. As this ritual was progressing, the atmosphere of this place was becoming more scary. Everything was becoming dark. All the candles started extinguishing. Even their last lantern also gets extinguished. The moment someone enters here, the same terrible devil who lived behind this door. At this time they see that the devil is there. It is not visible, but Uriah was talking to it. Only Uriah could see it. Uriah talks to it that he has to go behind that door. So the demon tells him that there is a price for going behind that door, and you have to give me something. The key of this door. Uriah gives him the key of this door, and that key immediately gets wiped inside that door. After this, that door opens in front of their eyes. Again all the lights here turn off, and Uriah sees the souls of many children here who had disappeared behind this door with time. Well, now these three cross this door and go inside that shadow world. They go inside that souls' world. This place was not just dark. There was a fear spread here. And apart from this there was nothing here. The demon tells that he has kept the souls of many children here. These souls are like food for him and give him strength. He tells that I bring only souls of those children here who are afraid. His biggest strength is fear. Here Evelyn tells Uriah that you tell him to keep me here but leave my son. Hearing this, demon starts laughing and says that no such deal works here. Adults cannot come here. Only fear rules here. Only the one who has fear inside him can stay here. Evelyn had now come to the seat. She wanted her son back at any cost. So demon asks her that what can you do to get your son back? Evelyn says anything. As soon as she says anything, demon puts a contract in front of them and tells that in exchange for giving your son's life back, you will put this door at a place from where I will be able to take the soul of one child every day. Overjoyed by the love for her son, Evelyn herself agrees to this and signs this document. As soon as they sign this, the door behind them opens again, and a scared, sick and weak Chin comes out of it. Seeing this, Evelyn becomes very happy. Finally, these people have now returned to their real world. Apparently, there was no problem now. But Uriah tells that the problem still remains. In return for the contract they have signed, the souls of both of them have also become that of the demon. And after death, their souls will not go to God, but to this demon. And first of all, they will have to fulfill the promise made to the demon. The store will have to be set up at a place from where they can get the souls and fear of the children. Otherwise, the demon will destroy their lives. And after doing your work, you people will have to leave this town quickly. The next morning we see Chin packing her things with Cain and leaving this town. But Red stays behind, because he had to fulfill his last promise with the demon. He prepares that door again. He paints it like a new one and puts it in a school where demon can get both fear and the soul's children. He felt bad doing this. But Red was helpless, and now a new story of cruelty was about to begin. Moral of story: children will keep disappearing from here but will never be found by their parents.